Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and it's Brick Hall o'clock with two packages from Bricklink.com. Alright, well, Robin has been playing in his new Sentinel, which he's already broken. But let's get into the first of these two packages from Bricklink.com. And I was buying for all sorts of projects when I did this, and I can barely remember what's inside, but let's have a go. I'm doing two packages so I can, nearly lost some there, get through a bit of the spending spree that I went through when I took my break from doing videos. Still spent loads of time doing Lego, just buying instead of filming. But anyway, here is the first mound. And yeah, as I say, it's quite a big mix. I'm going to open this one because it has immediately grabbed my attention if I can get in it. And it's an incredibly large old brown frame. Now, the reason I got this was because on a gift package sent into the channel in the past, and if you want to send a gift to the channel, you can, to the usual PO box address. Somebody sent in one of these with two of the doors that attached to it, and I've just got that here. They sort of sent it like this, which is a bit funny really, and I thought if ever I needed to use it, I'd probably want to put the second door on a second frame and then be able to, where is it? It's kind of in the middle of the frame. It's a bit odd. Then I'd be able to make a pair of doors for a huge temple or something like that. So at that point I put the second frame on my wanted list, and this is the first store that ever had one, so I bought it straight away. So there we go. Now we have got a pair of massive red doors, but nothing to use them on. So you'll have to come up with your ideas for these big red doors. I was thinking of sort of temple. Maybe I could now with my Ninjago idea for a scene, but essentially they're very bland as they are. Maybe I'd need to colour them with loads of stickers or something like that. I don't know. But these came in a few sets, like 232 Bungalow from 1978, would you believe? Oh, golly, is that a mirror in that set? Oh, no, wait, they're twins. They're twins. That's all right. Nothing to see here. Move on. So there we go. There's one more of those frames. So I'm just going to put that over there. Only one needs washing. Then the rest of that bag is three of these great big black jet engine type builds. I'm getting these because I'm starting to think about flying cars and things like that, sort of a la Space Police. And as a result, these will be really useful for those. And that'll be flying around my futuristic city. Very early thoughts, but I saw these for a good price. So I thought, yep, I'll buy those. Now these are vital. I think this is the reason why I selected this store. I wanted somebody who had an absolute shed load of 2x2 slopes in tan for Under the Sea. And you might think, well, Robin, you've already done your tan level. Aren't we going to dark tan? Well, these aren't for the surface of the sand for any level. They're for a construction, but they are for Under the Sea. So you'll have to get guessing what they're for. But I needed an absolute load of them. So this place had the most for the least money. And to add to that, I need, oh golly, these bags are slightly harder to open than usual. Some 1x2 ones as well for all the sort of gaps, and some that are double height as well. Those ones. And of course some large bricks as well. So that'll all be really nice to use. I think I may have enough now to get going. Relatively boring bricks here with some plates. Loads of green cones for mounting plants to for Under the Sea. Some dark tan sort of corner slopes as well. Lots of tiny bits. Shall I tip them out? Yeah, go on then. Oh, loads of grabbers for holding on to fish. That should be enough for my needs for my entire life. Absolutely loads in there. Loads of the bright yellowish orange plant pieces I'm kind of using as sponges in great big towers of them. And these little pink flowers, which I've got a load of now. I think I've got enough to cape a tree with those, because that was my plan. To have these as blossom on a really big tree. Kind of like the bonsai tree that I still need to use in my city. Extra padding around this bag. It must be something good. Oh, and it is. It's minifigures, and they're always good. So, what do we got? We've got a foot soldier for the army of Shredder's troops. So that's great. We have got this character who's called Sharkira, who, if you remember, was on the Lego Movie 2. And she came in set 70829, Emmett and Lucy's Escape Buggy from 2019. She's kind of got this war paint type look over her eyes. I don't know exactly how to use her, but I think maybe I'll just leave her completely unchanged. And in my dystopian future city, I'm starting to sort of look for characters who would look like they'd fit there. Though I'm tempted to use that visor with the sort of shark mouth somewhere else, maybe on a diver or something like that. But then again, maybe she should keep it. Yeah, but it's a good figure, definitely. I couldn't really have used that in my city as it was, so I'm glad that I've got more than one project where I can use all sorts of different things. And then the third one is for my castle scene. Well, I've got a jester in my Brick Nottingham castle, but I figured if I was going to do a more sort of fantasy-esque castle scene for the joust scene outside the Lion Knight's castle, then I figured I'd have some more wacky characters, and maybe one of them would have a jester in tow, covered in skulls, and looking a bit like the Joker, to be honest. And he's got his flummoxed face on one side when he's looks like he's been beaten up or something on that side, but I like that one, the really sort of sneaky face with the bad teeth and all the rest of it. Raggedy cloak and these really nice purple and red colours, so yeah, I love him. He'll go with, yeah, which band should he go with? I don't know. He's not really a skeleton, is he? So he shouldn't go with them, but he's definitely wearing skulls. Maybe it's the evil Red Dragon Knights or something like that he needs to go around with. Yeah, anyway, ideas for that as well, which group of knights. Then, God, how can bags be so hard to open? There we go. One of those pipe things, probably for under the sea. Loads of flames. I think when I was doing planning my rocket scene I mounted the other day, I thought I might need loads of these, but I had enough. But I'm also planning to do a fire scene with all my fire engines, so essentially I'll be able to use all of these still. So there's an absolute load of those. They must have been cheap. Tip them on there. Lovely. Couple of neon pieces as well. Now these are interesting. So I've seen these before in different colours, bright colours usually, and in white as well, because they're kind of like the web firing pieces on Spider-Man sets, you know, when he sort of flings web at somebody. But these are in this, well, it's called trans clear. It's not that clear, but it's kind of clear, isn't it? And they've come on a few Spider-Man sets like 76174, Spider-Man's Monster Truck from 2021, which is a set packed with awesome. I don't know what that set cost, but I think it was worth it because the Monster Truck's cool, the baddies are cool. Wow, everything's cool. Anyway, yeah, I wanted these just to be a different, method of holding things up in my undersea cabinet. Or maybe it's part of a plant, actually, now I look at it, because it is a little bit more opaque than I'd thought at first. But either way, it's a very interesting shape. And if you have them sort of upside down or just sort of twisted a little bit, then they look different from different directions, even though they're all the same. And I think I've got a few of them. There's 3, 4 in there. So there's other ones in that whole web set, different shapes and that in this colour, but this was the one I thought I could make best use of. So yeah, I like those. They're good. Another 1 or 2 of those fan blades in trans purple. I think that'll be the end of some filtering plant or something like that. And wow, a couple of those. Not very interesting. Well, these are quite hard to get hold of in this colour as well, I've found. They're for my more undersea bases. A couple of those inverted tiles and stuff like that. Now here's some good pieces for some good projects, all in grey. So first of all, I've got loads of these corner panels for making more towers. This is basically for an extension to Brick Nottingham Castle, so there'll be some more pieces I need in other orders. But these are, yeah, old grey from all those old castle sets. Absolutely vital. I'm really looking forward to extending that. Loads of brackets, must have run out of those. 2 more of those doors for under the sea. I'm building quite a lot of bases, so maybe that's why I need that many, or maybe I've overbought. I don't know, but it's always good to have a spare one. Could always use it as a car roof. So that's them. Then we've got, well, this is very nicely packed, this order, I must say. We've got a sticker sheet, double bagged for safety. Now, I quite like the look of this one. I think you'll probably like it as well. We seem to have a storybook with a castle on one side and some text, and a dragon on the other side with some treasure. And it could be a storybook, but it could also be a spell book, really, couldn't it? And I thought that would be really useful in my castle scene. And I didn't really notice it when it was part of the set 31125, Fantasy Forest Creatures from 2022, which is basically a purple owl. Not really my cup of tea usually, but the little hedgehog is the one reading the book with these stickers in it. So yeah, I thought that was really good and very cheap indeed. and I'd never seen it before. So yeah, grabbed that while I could. We've got a bag of legs. Lots of legs. I might have a bag of torsos later, I'm not sure. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Shouldn't join them all together because I'll probably have to separate them in a minute. 4, 5 sets of legs for the super secret police. Yes. And then we've got 1 for an alien from Alien Conquest. All of this is army building sort of thing. But 2 of them are the spring-loaded ones in red that were used on the sports sets, like for basketball players and stuff like that. And I'm going to use these as the supports for the kiddie rides, like I have outside my mall with the car that came with the racing driver costume guy or whatever he's called. There's the big sort of Titanic ship that I want to put in one of these, and there's the aircraft one as well. So I can make 3 kiddie rides now for outside stores in my city. So I'll have to get on with playing around with those to make them look realistic. Then we've got more normal plates. 1 more of those pink flowers on its own. Strange. And some more specially wrapped stuff. Must be good. Must be good. Oh, wow, we've got an absolute tower of heads. So, yeah, if we're going to do all these SSP bodies, I'm going to need loads more SSP heads. So there's some, probably not that one, some stern-looking people with sunglasses on. Wow, even more here. All very similar, but there are 3 different types there. So that'll be really useful. And then this one is just an Ninjago-y type head that I think probably wouldn't have been too useful in my city, but will be in my new scene. And then we've got 1 more stuck in there. Oh, and that's a female SSP person already with the helmet on. Sorted. That's saving some time. Then we've got a red skateboard, which I thought I'd pick up, even though I've got a red skateboard before, because it's pretty rare. It's only the second time I've seen one, I think, because it only came in one set, 79103 Turtle Lair Attack from 2013. And it usually has a sticker on it. That's the one I've got in my skateboard shop. So I just thought I'd get the naked one in red as well. Maybe I could put another set of stickers onto that. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just keep it au naturel in red. I like it. Very good. Oh, now I've been looking forward to getting this for a night. So my night scene is all going to be sort of normal knights in armor, but also with skeletons and stuff like that. Maybe a dragon or 2. But there are some really good Nexo Knights pieces. And this is a visor piece that sort of hinges on a helmet, which has got a little connection for a little tuft or something out the top, but it's really interesting sort of pointy shape. I like it a lot, and that came with the Macy character in different colours, but in this colour it's only in 4 sets, including 70314, Beastmaster's Chaos Chariot from 2016, which is an awesome set, let's face it. It makes you wish you were still the age where you're playing on the carpet, zooming things like that around. It looks absolutely fab. I especially love the expression of the left side sort of red ball creature thingy. He looks very seriously concentrating on something or other. But yeah, very good. But that visor is on the Macy character, as I say. So I'm looking forward to putting that on a regular knight, making him look like he's mean and up to some serious business. There's half of one of those jellyfish pieces from the Ninjago Shark Army as well. I just had an odd number of those, so I managed to pick up 1 more. A couple of tentacles, an axe piece for my fireman scene whenever that comes. We've got a couple of pairs of eyes. Got this pair in black, which are off all sorts of bugs, largely out of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and stuff like that, the spiders and so on. And these ones as well. Now, these ones are even better because they're kind of on this shimmering, what do you call it, satin translight blue. Very nice indeed. And they've, oh, look at the eyelashes and stuff. Excellent. So these ones are much more interesting. They came from the Shang-Chi set, 76177, Battle at the Ancient Village in 2021. And that is quite a nice set, actually. It's kind of passed me by as well. What is that guy on the right armed with? Looks like sort of a tower of rings sort of suspended in midair. If you know what that is, please explain to me. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie, but I was going to use these either under the sea or maybe on a beastie. Who knows now? But there we go. That's good. We've got another money bag for my eventual bank robbery scene. That comes with the DC character Cheetah. If you're interested, you can get the green bag without the $ on much more easily. Got a head for Alien Conquest. That's the Trooper one, so that's good. And that is that bag. Very good. One more bag in this package, and it must be all the other parts of the minifigures, because they had kind of separated them into all the different categories, and I've now pieced them all together. So there is the torso for, I think that's the pilot actually, of but that is the pilot's legs. So wrong head, but there is my contribution towards the Alien Conquest line. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 torsos to go with my 5 legs for the SSP. Yeah, I've started buying them in pieces now because there just aren't enough. I think I've bought all the easy ones, so that's good. And then I've got some random torsos, which I quite liked. So there's this one in red with all this sort of sun type iconography in gold. It looks very bright indeed. Unfortunately, they didn't have the legs or the kind of dress piece that would go with this to make it flowing robes. But this is from a character called Fluminox from Chima. No idea. Included in set 70146, Flying Phoenix Fire Temple from 2014. No idea what's going on there either. Looks a bit of a shambles actually compared to that awesome Ninjago one. But anyway, or Nexo one. But I like it. It kind of made me think of the Game of Thrones character Melisandre, who's that sort of sorceress. So maybe I'll give this a lady's head who looks like she's up to no good, sort of flowing robes and all the rest, and she'll be very mysterious. Who knows? But yeah, so that'll go in my castle scene if that's the case. I suppose Game of Thrones is a bit more the sort of vibe I'm going for with my castle scene. Lots of knights, but also the odd beastie or wizard or something like that. Talking of wizards, this is the torso from a character that only came, well, this particular one only came with a book, I believe. And this is Murloc from Nexo Knights, but he's got a cool little memory stick hanging around on his neck to show that sort of futuristic link. So I don't know if I'm going to include this in my Ninjago scene, because it kind of looks like a tunic, rather than my castle scene, because obviously the pen drive thing won't make much sense otherwise. But yeah, that came with a book, actually, called Knights of Nexo Knights or something like that. Book of Knights, yeah, that was it, from 2016. So yeah, I quite like that. I just saw it. Again, I haven't got the flowing robe sort of bottom bit of that, but yeah, the torso's almost enough there. And I think the bottom bit that matches this is more readily available. Anyway, that's the rare bit. And then the last bit, let's just check this for quality, because this is a replacement for a previous bitten piece. Yep, it looks good to me. This, oh, hold on, he says, is that a bit of grub? Well, it's definitely less damaged than the one before. I think it has got a tiny scratch on it. Is the one on the other side? No, so it might just be a scratch. So this is, yeah, you can see it there, that double tap there. That's a little annoying, but anyway, it's less damaged than the one I had before. This is from the character Karai from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well, that came only in the set 79118, Karai Bike Escape from 2014. And I thought I'd just get a replacement for, it might just be muck, for the one that I had already that had been bitten. The rest of that character I got last time was fine. So yeah, and that bike escape set's pretty cool actually. I hadn't really noticed that bike before. It's awesome with all that sort of stuff on the front and hanging off the back. I may have to copy that for use in my city. So yeah, anyway, glad to have that as well. So quite a mixed bag. On the first one, we've got the castle pieces, flying car pieces, lots of stuff for Under the Sea, loads of these. You can guess what I'm building with that. And then loads of minifigure pieces for all my ongoing projects. Woohoo! Now, unlike the last package, which I couldn't quite remember why I'd bought it, this one I definitely can, because it should have in here the last of the covers of the Nexo Knight books that I've been collecting. We started off over here, then recently got just the cover of the Book of Fear. We've got the yellow one, purple one, and the orange Book of Destruction. But there's a green one that's outstanding, and that should be in here. Let's check this all out. Much smaller package this time, but it's absolutely packed to the gills with good stuff, and I can see it in here. Oh, let's rip this smaller bag open and get it out. There we go. Oh, there. Look at that. That looks absolutely lovely. Yes, in great condition. Yeah, I think so. So this is the cover of the Book of Revenge. And fortunately, I already had the tile for the inside of the Book of Revenge. So I've got virtually all of that. I just need the back cover. And I have ordered some back covers and the interior for the Book of Fears. So they'll be coming in a future Brick haul. And then I'll have the whole set complete. But this is the first time that we've got all of the covers at least all together. And oh, they look absolutely lovely. I didn't think I'd really get them all, especially the blue one. There's always one that's crazy expensive. Somebody pointed out in the comments of the last haul, actually, about those crystals with the howling wolf on and stuff like that, that there's one with zombies on that's about £50 or something in trans pink. And that kind of ruins the collection. You think, oh, so I'll get them all apart from the ridiculously expensive one then. But I kind of thought similar things about this and was gifted one. So you never know. And that wasn't me fishing for a pink crystal, by the way. Anyway, yeah, great. It will be even better when I've got the back of the book so I can actually make it. But that is very nice indeed. Right, so I'm going to put those bits back to one side. Give this a quick wash with everything else. But a very lovely piece. And also in that little bag were a 2x3 tile, which I've got before for use on my computer store. This 2x3 tile of a new computer game, which has got the Series 16 Cyborg on it, but came with the Series 19 video game Champ, of course. And there's a queue to purchase this game, so maybe I'll have somebody else looking very excited, running away from the store to get home to play this space game on their Playbox. That's good. Right, more bubble gum. Gobble Bubble. Every time I see this now, I'm buying it. It comes in a few different friend sets, like the 41751 Skate Park from 2023. And I absolutely love it. I used to blow bubbles in bubble gum, so it's nice to be reminded of that. I want some of my inhabitants doing it. Oh, look, there's another one of those. They must have been really good price. So 2 of those. And talking of that skate park set, that's obviously where this vendor got it from, because we have got the sticker sheet from that set. Now, there aren't many here I can use. Maybe I could make that by cutting it out a bit of graffiti or something like that. That sign's a bit crazy. I could probably put that one in a shop window. That's not too bad. But the main reason I really got this sheet was for this pair of stickers here, which are basically the decoration on some skateboards, which I collect, one of my many, many collections. And those 2 are supposed to go on an orange skateboard, which I've got a blank one of already. So they'll go on that when we've finished filming this. And then these 2 will go on a pink skateboard. And I like that. It's got a little face on it as well. And, yep, leaping ahead a little bit, we've got 2 pink skateboards here. So I've got one of those as well. So, yeah, that all came from that skate park friend set as well, including this scooter in pink as well. I've only had one in dark turquoise before, so lots of good stuff there. Oh, I missed out that. Pink heads, surprisingly hard to find. They're for the inside of Candy Floss for my fairground. You can get the outside bits quite easily, but the inside bits seem to be really difficult to get hold of. Yeah, so lots of sticking to do after this, but that is 2 more skateboards crossed off that collection wanted list. Very good indeed. Yep, cool. Happy with that. Put that there. And another sticker sheet is this one. Not top of my list as such, but it was quite a good price. And it came with the set 71708 Gamers Market from 2020. And I kind of really like the idea of the item market because it's such a sort of ridiculous name for a store, really. And lots of smaller ones. And, you know, daggers for sale, hat for sale, and this really sort of futuristic looking backdrop here. And these will just be great in my dystopian Ninjago city type scene. So that's why I got that now. And then the last thing in that bag was, I don't know which way round it is. I think this is the front, was this beautiful banner of a scorpion. And that's going to be for my night scene. Imagine somebody carrying that on the end of a lance or something like that, showing off their colours. I think that would be absolutely amazing. Now, that came with a few sets, including 8877, Vladek's Dark Fortress from 2005, which is absolute mayhem, isn't it, that set? Everything's going on at the same time. And these banners are either side of that tallest tower on there, looking very impressive indeed. So there's a slightly different cutout one. I think I've got another order coming as well. So I can have a pair of them either side of somebody who's really showing off and trying to scare people, I think, at the joust. Very nice, though. I like that a lot. It's in really good condition, actually, for its age. Yeah, I mean, all this distress, this is obviously deliberate from the original, so that's good. Some dogs. What collection do I like more than dogs? Probably none. And here are two more for it. Oh, golly. Impossible to get them out of this bag now. I've ripped the top off it. So the first one is a French Bulldog. Now, we've had this before, but only in tan. This is in medium nougat, and this was only available... Oh, he's got a little patch on his head as well. Oh, I really like him. That was only available on the Builder minifigure wall, and I managed to miss that, or somebody had pilfered them all already. I don't know. But now I've got two. When you see something you really like, maybe get one too many, and maybe somebody will be walking both of those together. Who knows? But yeah, they're great. Oh, I even prefer that colour, I think. Yeah, very expressive indeed. So very happy with two new dogs. And then I was thinking about these Little Friends dogs. And I'm thinking I've got this one before, actually, but even so, it's a good price, so maybe I've got a second one of those. This dog's called Elliot, apparently, from 4 Friends sets, including the paddleboarding version of himself in 41700, Beach Glamping from 2022. So, yeah, I'll put him somewhere. He's more of a lap dog, really, isn't he, that size? Or maybe he's just a tiny puppy of a Dalmatian. I've got the full-size Dalmatian. Not really the right head shape, though, is it? Anyway... Very nice to add to another of my long-standing collections. Now, some of the recent series minifigures I've not been that interested in because I can't really use them in my scenes. And I do like them, but, you know, from this series, the Looney Tunes, I really wanted the Tasmanian Devil, but because that's my favourite Looney Tunes character, but I just don't know where to put it, really. But one thing I did quite like the idea of was a sign that said Rabbit Season that came with the Daffy Duck character. And I can just put that on a fence post or something near the Far Corner Farm. And, well, it'll be rabbit season, goes without saying. So that's good. Got some glittery cones in trans purple for Under the Sea. Oh, here's loads of skateboard wheels. I think both these colours are new to me. Well, definitely the dark turquoise. And they need to go on that pink one before I put the stickers on. At least to match that Friends set anyway. There we go. And maybe I'll use these green ones on the orange one, even though that's not in line with the set, just because, wow, it looks rather funky, doesn't it? It looks like a carrot. That's good. And I got another set of each to go on other skateboards to jazz them up. So that's really nice. Then some more legs. Oh, I should not rip these bags. It makes it worse. This is a piece that was only available on the Builder minifigure wall. It's just a sort of skirt piece, but in this dark blue. So I didn't have one of those, so obviously I had to. Some more small legs. I just need some more for my scout troop, so I can get that scene rolling in my city. Then we've got some more interesting pieces for Under the Sea. The first of which are these bright light blue kind of, I don't know, pipey pieces, which are from the set 75573, Floating Mountains, Site 26 from 2022, which is an Avatar set. You'll probably work that out from the picture. And these are the kind of tentacle type, rain type head things on all the beasties. So I've got 2 of those for Under the Sea. And it's really interesting because, well, we've seen these before in a different colour, I think, but they can connect all sorts of different ways. So I'm looking forward to that. I was also thinking of using them as dog leads because, you know, if you attach that to that, then, well, it's a bit too bendy maybe, but you get the idea. So I was thinking of playing around with that, and a couple of tentacles were in the same bag. I do like that set, actually. I considered buying it, but again, I don't know where I'm going to put it. But I think that sort of base build is very cool, very angular and industrial looking, sort of futuristic as well, kind of like in the film Alien, or indeed Avatar, of course, which is what it is. So that's good. Some plant stems in dark green. I just keep buying all these pieces. Probably got too many now, but every time they're slightly different, I think, oh, I might need those. That might be the vital piece that makes all the difference in my undersea cabinet. So there's those. What else we got? Some black curved slopes. I think they're just for some signs that I was doing. Some signs, including this one, actually. Ooh, that's worth mentioning. This is just another one of those maps from my fairground that came with the big red roller coaster set 10261 from 2018. I think it's the last one I need of those. I'm just going to sort of put them on the top and have them around in my fairground. So I think I've got 4 of those, including the one that I got with my set. And that's a really good condition one, actually. I'll probably slightly move that sticker. Is it worth it? I don't know. It is slightly too far to the left, but I could decide to move it using my patented hot tea technique. Yes. So that's good. Now, I've mentioned this before. This is a shark head, but with one of the eyes with a sort of metal studded patch on it. So that's his normal eye, and that's his sort of patch eye. So he's kind of like a pirate shark, which is rather fantastic. And that came with the set 70834, Metalbeard's Heavy Metal Motor Trike from 2019, which has got to be one of the longest names for a Lego set ever. But if I get one of my plentiful sharks, that I've been sent quite a few, get the head the right way up, then we can have a pirate shark. Oh, yes. He's very funny. I like that. Because obviously a pirate shark wouldn't really exist, but the concept of it swimming around in my tank will be a bit of a sort of Easter egg, I think. It's rather good. Yeah, very much like that. It looks like the pattern might be a bit damaged, but it isn't. It's just sort of the deliberate distressedness of the original. So, yeah, and it's got kind of a moulding line going through it, which is a bit of a shame. But, yeah. Anyway, there you go. That will go straight in the cabinet. Pop that over there. Then we've got some dark blue bricks, which must be for something important. Can't remember them. But I do remember that I didn't have a dark azure camera before. And they seem to be coming out in all sorts of sets in 2023, including the 41744 Sports Centre from 2023, as I say, which is quite a good set, actually. It's got a good football sign sort of on the top. Interior kind of revolving climbing wall. Looks really interesting. And the football bit on the outside looks a bit small at first glance, but I think it might actually be a working football game. So does it work? If you've got that set, let me know in the comments section if that football game kind of works as a one-man football table in each direction. But anyway, the camera will be nice, probably under the waves of my deep sea cabinet. We've got in light aqua these pieces, these sort of ferny pieces. And they've come in all sorts of avatar sets. They look like they should glow in the dark, don't they? But they are just light aqua rather than glow in the dark. But they almost look like they're glowing already, don't they? So they're nice. Sprinkle those on there for a bit of decor. And then last but not least, but probably not most either, are just some additional heads that I like the expression of. It seemed that a lot of this vendor's heads, left one in the bag there, were quite good value. So I basically got all the ones that I thought I could make good use of. Let's make a quick totem pole and I can show them off. So we have, this will be a test, won't it? At the top, I think that's from the Series 21 Shipwreck Survivor, one-sided. Then we've got glasses with a very surprised expression. Yeah, that was from the gaming tournament truck from 2023, the 60338 set. I have one of those on that set, but I want to keep it with it. So that's a really good expression to have somewhere else as well. I'm not going to get it from that one. Oh, that's from the recent Green Dragon lady, Series 23. Then we've got the Gardener, Series 19. The Cabaret Singer, Series 21. One of the Rex Danger Vests, and he looks like he knows it all there, doesn't he? The Spy from Series 16, which I always think of as Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible. He's probably not been seen for quite a while because he's hanging upside down in the small bank just off Old Market Square in my city. But that'll be a good microphone setup to use in my deep sea cabinet probably. And is that another one of the Dragon Lady? Yeah, another Green Dragon. So there we go. Having a nice sort of angry lady I think is a good idea because most of my angry faces are male at the moment. Yeah, nice assortment. So what a wonderful second package. It was quite small, that one, but it had as much good stuff as the one before. The things I'm looking most forward to using have got to be these castle pieces, I think. Yeah, I've probably forgotten something buried under here. Oh, and actually all these very, very boring slopes, because the quantity of them will make something rather fantastic, I think. Loads of good bits for my other sort of areas of development, like my castle. I absolutely love that visor, and I absolutely love this dog, who I might even give his very own skateboard to. So yeah. Oh, and then not to forget the Book of Revenge cover. Very, very, very important indeed. So yeah, two awesome packages. I've been buying well recently. Well, another load of wonderful pieces to process, so I'll get all those cleaned and into their respective project bags and boxes and so on for use in future videos. I think there's a lot more I need for some of these projects, definitely in the deep sea cabinet. So that's why I'm doing 2 packages a week at the moment to try and arm myself and get rid of the older projects in the meantime. But anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And if you want to send something to a future Brick Call, you can by sending me a package to the normal PO Box address. Mark it under £30, dollars or euros if you're posting from abroad, and then it'll fly through customs. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, I'm not sure if there's going to be a video on Friday or not. There might be. If I make really good time. Ditto Monday as well, actually, because I'm away for a very long weekend of frivolity with my university friends, so that could be messy. So yeah, normal service review resumes next Wednesday, but you might get one in between then and now. Who knows? You'll have to wait and see. But until then, see you! Yeah, maybe combining my dog and skateboard collections is a really good idea. Yes.